Whether they're on duty or off duty, we like to think members of the NYPD would set a good example for drivers in the city, but an ongoing investigation finds that is not always the case. Streetsblog NYC ran the license plates of more than 800 cars parked at 5 precincts in NYPD-only spots. Of those, 77% had at least one ticket. 58% of the vehicles had at least one serious moving violation, like running a red light or speeding. 37% had multiple serious violations. The editor-in-chief of Streetsblog, Gersh Kuntzman, is with me. Good to have you here, Gersh.
How are you, Pat?
This is a wonderfully simple investigation.
Thanks a lot.
No, I mean, significant reporting effort, but it wasn't complicated. You went out, you looked at the cars, you ran the plate, and it's pretty depressing to see what came back.
Well, yeah, these are the people who are supposed to be protecting our neighborhoods, and now it turns out that we should be protected from them. This all started because the mayor has this idea that he's going to create more parking for NYPD officers, and we decided, we've heard so many complaints about their driving, we should check what that would mean, because that would mean that more of them would drive through our neighborhoods to their station houses.
So this is one particularly egregious violator here. It's right next to a fire hydrant. The officers, whether officially allowed or unofficially allowed, often park like this up on the sidewalk.
With that particular car, it's not just the parking. That one car had 58 speeding and red light tickets since March 2017. That's only 2 years. 58 speeding and red light tickets.
What changes there? I mean, how do you get that vehicle off the road?
Well, there is a pending piece of legislation in the City Council that would do just that. Anybody who gets more than 5 speeding or red light tickets could be impounded, but unfortunately that car would be impounded by the NYPD. Police officers are very reluctant to write themselves tickets. Our survey found these were just camera and red light violations, automatic tickets to license plates on cars all over the city. People get these, but the general public gets these at a much lower rate than police officers.
Right, and that's the interesting divergence here, is that when the machine is handing out the ticket and doesn't know whether the person carries a placard, whether they carry a badge, it's doling out, in that case, 70-some tickets.
Yeah, I mean, if police officers are getting almost 38% of the cars we looked at repeat moving violation, red light or speed limit, red light or speeding tickets, and the general public is getting that at around 20%, that speaks to a bigger problem.
What's the unofficial response been from officers have they spotted your reporters taking down license numbers?
Well, we get a little bit like, what are you taking pictures of? But, you know, they're parked in public, so we can take pictures, and we can obviously look at the license plates. That's public information, which is available to anybody on the How's My Driving website, which is a collection of the database. We run all the plates through that. The official response from the NYPD is, we believe that everybody should follow the law, and obviously we all believe that. The question is, who's enforcing it?
And this fits into the bigger question of parking placards. Are they being abused? And that's not just an NYPD issue. There are a lot of other city and state employees who have placard privileges, sometimes extended to, I put an orange safety vest in my window privileges.
Yeah.
There's not much consistency on that.
Well, the biggest problem is around police station houses. I mean, if you see these police cars, they're parked everywhere. And these are police officers and employees' personal vehicles. That's the thing that really gets to us. Squad cars obviously are going to get speeding tickets because they might be racing to the scene of a crime. But a personal vehicle should not be getting this many speeding tickets.
And to put it in the context of transportation in the city, we are trying to do more to incent people to be on public transit, to reduce the congestion we have on the streets, because there's only so much space.
Right. The mayor's made a couple of foolish comments about this, frankly. He says that police officers need to drive because they live so far from their station houses. Well, they live so far from their station houses mostly by choice. A police officer, after 5 years on the job, is making $85,000. Now, most of your viewers are living on significantly less than that, and they're living in the 5 boroughs of New York City. So we do not need to incentivize these people to drive by creating more parking for them, especially if they're such reckless drivers.
Gersh, thanks for coming on this morning.
Always happy.